Hello everyone. It's us, the passionate team here at TV Day's Drama Digest, your go-to source for all the juicy, edge-of-your-seat updates from the world of daytime soaps. We're absolutely thrilled to dive deep into the whirlwind of emotions, betrayals, and unexpected alliances brewing in Salem next week on Days of Our Lives. If you're a die-hard fan like us, you know that this show never fails to deliver the kind of drama that keeps us glued to our screens, hearts pounding and jaws dropping. We've got the inside scoop on what's coming up. And trust us, it's going to be a rollercoaster ride of shocking revelations, steamy romances, and dark secrets that could shatter lives forever. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unpack these outstanding stories that are set to unfold. If you wanted to stay ahead of the curve and catch every twist, make sure to follow our channel for more videos, breakdowns, and fan discussions. We promise you won't want to miss a single moment. Let's kick things off with one of the most chilling returns Salem has seen in ages, the notorious Doctor. Rolf is slinking back into town, his sinister presence casting a long, ominous shadow over the unsuspecting residents. For those who might need a refresher, Dr. Rolf is the mad scientist extraordinaire, the man behind some of the most diabolical experiments in Day's history. Think brainwashing, resurrections, and twisted genetic manipulations that defy the laws of nature and ethics alike. His last stint in Salem left a trail of chaos, from resurrecting the undead to meddling in the DiMera family's endless power struggles. Now, he's dusting off his lab coat and firing up his secretive laboratory once more, ready to plunge headfirst into a series of shady scientific experiments that promise to push the boundaries of morality even further. But Dr. Rolf isn't going solo this time. He's teaming up with the enigmatic Mark, a character whose motives remain shrouded in mystery but whose alliance with Rolf screams trouble. Mark, with his brooding demeanor and hidden agenda, seems perfectly suited to assist in these clandestine operations. Together, they're setting the stage for what could be the most explosive storyline yet. And here's where it gets really intriguing. These experiments are tied directly to E.J. DiMera's grand schemes. E.J., the suave yet ruthless heir to the DiMera Empire, has always been a master manipulator. But this takes his villainy to a whole new level. We've been getting hints for weeks about a larger plot, involving the legendary Stefano DiMera's father, the Phoenix himself, whose influence lingers like a ghost even from beyond the grave. Could these experiments be an attempt to revive Stefano's legacy? Perhaps through some groundbreaking or grave-robbing technology? Imagine the horror if Stefano's essence is somehow cloned, or transferred. Some would never be the same. As fans, we've seen EJ's descent into darkness before, from his corporate takeovers to his personal vendettas, but this feels different, more calculated, more dangerous. The shady lab, hidden away in the underbelly of Salem, will become a hub of forbidden science, with beakers bubbling, machines whirring, and ethical lines being crossed at every turn. We can't help but speculate, will innocent lives be caught in the crossfire? What if someone stumbles upon this lair, say, a curious reporter or a vengeful ex? The tension is building, and next week, we'll start peeling back the layers of this dark conspiracy. Stay tuned, because this Stefano-related bombshell is poised to erupt, sending shockwaves through the entire town and reigniting old feuds that have simmered for decades. Shifting gears to a bombshell of a different kind. Brace yourselves for the triumphant and utterly scandalous return of Sami Brady. Oh, Sami, the queen of chaos and the ultimate survivor, is storming back into Salem with news that's guaranteed to upend multiple lives. For the uninitiated, Sami's history is a tapestry of passion, betrayal, and resilience. She's been through kidnappings, affairs, custody battles, and more heartbreaks than we can count, always emerging fiercer than before. Her departures from Salem are never permanent. She always comes back with a vengeance, and this time is no exception. Picture this, Sami waltzes into town, her signature fire in her eyes, and drops the bombshell that she's engaged. Yes, you heard that right, engaged. To whom? That's the million-dollar question that's going to have everyone buzzing. The shockwaves will ripple through her inner circles, starting with E.J. DiMera, her ex-husband and the father of her children. E.J., already knee-deep in his shady lab dealings, will be blindsided. Their relationship has been a tumultuous saga of love, hate, and everything in between. Remember the custody wars over Johnny and Allie? This engagement news could push EJ over the edge, reigniting his possessive streak and leading to confrontations that echo their past explosive encounters. Then there's Johnny DiMera, Sami's son, who's finally found some stability in his life. Johnny and his wife Chanel have embraced parenthood with open arms, welcoming little Trey into their world. The scenes of them as a family unit have been heartwarming, a rare oasis of joy in Salem's sea of drama. Johnny, once the rebellious filmmaker with a penchant for trouble, has matured into a devoted father, and channels strength as a mother adds a beautiful layer to their story. Baby Trey, with his innocent coos and tiny smiles, represents a fresh start for the couple after their own ups and downs. including Channel's bakery dreams and Johnny's Hollywood aspiration. But will this bliss last? EJ's potential interference looms like a dark cloud. Will he respect boundaries and stay away? Or will his ego drive him to accidentally bump into Johnny, Chanel, and train the bustling town square? Imagine the tension, EJ, suited up and smirking, approaching the happy family under the guise of grandfatherly affection, while Johnny's protective instincts flare up. Chanel, ever the fierce mama bear, might have to step in to defuse the situation. This could escalate into a full-blown family feud, with Sami's engagement adding fuel to the fire. What if her new fiancé has ties to the DiMeras? The possibilities are endless, and next week promises scenes filled with emotional confrontations, tearful accusations, and perhaps even a glimmer of reconciliation or total war. Speaking of love and its complications, romance is blooming in unexpected places. But as always in Salem, it's laced with secrets and potential heartbreak. First up, Philip Kiriakis and Gabby Hernandez are set to enjoy a romantic date night at the iconic Brady Pub. The Brady Pub, with its cozy booths flickering candlelight, and the aroma of chowder wafting through the air, has been the backdrop for countless love stories and breakups over the years. Philip, the reformed bad boy with a history of obsession and corporate intrigue, seems genuinely smitten with Gabby, the savvy businesswoman who's clawed her way to the top of DiMera Enterprises. Their chemistry is undeniable, stolen glances, flirtatious banter, and that spark that could ignite into something passionate. But how long can this fairy tale last? Gabby is harboring a secret, one that's bound to come out and shatter the illusion. Is it related to her past schemes, perhaps involving Stefan or the DiMera power plays? Gabby's track record includes faking deaths, corporate espionage, and romantic entanglements that end in disaster. Remember her volatile marriage to Nick Fallon? Philip, too, has his demons, from his fixation on Chloe to his Kiriakis family loyalties. Their date might start with laughter and toasts, but subtle hints of unease could creep in a mysterious phone call, a evasive answer that foreshadow the storm ahead. We're dying to see if this relationship survives the week or crumbles under the weight of deception. Not far from their table, another couple is trying to rekindle the flames, Steve and Kayla Johnson. This powerhouse duo, affectionately known as Stella to fans, has weathered everything from amnesia to international intrigue. Steve, the one-eyed patch-wearing adventurer, and Kayla, the dedicated doctor, are the epitome of enduring love. Their date night at the pub should be a sweet escape, perhaps sharing a bottle of wine, reminiscing about their adventures, and stealing kisses amid the pub's lively atmosphere. Yet, even in this moment of intimacy, shadows lurk. Worries about their daughter Stephanie and the return of Jeremy Horton could overshadow their evening. Stephanie, with her PR savvy and romantic entanglements, has been through the ringer lately, and Jeremy's comeback laden with his own baggage from past crimes and family tea spells trouble. Steve's protective nature might have him scanning the room for threats, while Kayla's nurturing instincts pull her into fretting mode. Will a casual conversation turn into a deep discussion about family safety? Or will an unexpected interruption like a call from Stephanie derail their night entirely? This subplot adds a layer of realism to their romance, reminding us that in Salem, love is never without its trials. The drama intensifies with a heated interruption involving Xander Kiriakis, Sarah Horton, and Brady Black. Xander, the rugged Scotsman with a checkered past of villainy turned reluctant hero, stumbles upon a moment of intimacy between Sarah and Brady. Sarah, Xander's ex and the mother of their daughter Victoria, has been navigating a complex path since her paralysis and subsequent recovery, her heart torn between loyalties. Brady, grappling with his own losses including the tragic death of his son, finds solace in Sarah's arms, their connection born from shared pain. But Xander's rival could ignite a powder keg, known for his hot temper, which has cost him dearly in the past, from custody battles to broken relationships. Xander must fight to control his rage. Sarah's decision to keep Victoria away from him stems directly from these outbursts. She fears his volatility could endanger their child. Imagine the scene, Xander bursting in, his face contorted in jealousy and hurt, words flying like daggers. Will he lash out physically, or will he surprise us by walking away? The fallout could redefine their co-parenting dynamic, with Sarah torn between her lingering feelings for Xander and the stability Brady offers. This triangle is ripe for dramatic monologues, tear-streaked faces, and perhaps a custody showdown that echoes the show's classic themes of redemption and forgiveness, adding a touch of intrigue and subtle romance. Keep your eyes peeled for the budding sparks between Kat and EJ. Kat, a relatively new face in Salem with mysterious ties, and EJ find themselves drawn together through their shared connection to Wuthering Heights. Wait, that might be a nod to a literary passion or a metaphorical stormy romance. But in the context of Days, it could tie into a larger plot, perhaps a code name for a DiMera project or a shared family secret. As co-workers at DiMera Enterprises, Their interactions start professional but quickly veer into flirtatious territory. Lingering looks across the boardroom, accidental touches, and conversations that delve deeper than business. EJ, ever the charmer, might see Kat a kindred spirit Simeon who understands the cutthroat world he inhabits. But is this genuine attraction or another manipulation? Kat's backstory, hinted at in previous episodes, suggests hidden depths, perhaps involving espionage or lost loves. Their exploration of this connection could lead to steamy scenes, but also complications with Sami's return throwing a wrench into EJ's life. Will this spark fizzle or erupt into a full-blown affair? The subtlety here is key, building tension slowly like a simmering pot ready to boil over. Meanwhile, Abe Carver continues his steadfast work with Liam, navigating the political and personal landscapes of Salem. Abe, the honorable mayor with a heart of gold, has faced assassinations, memory loss, and family crises, yet his commitment to justice remains unshaken. Liam, his ally in these endeavors, brings a fresh perspective. But challenges rise as Theo Carver, Abe's son, expresses his deep-seated hatred for the place. What is this place? It could refer to the hospital, the police station, or even Salem itself. Given Theo's autism and past traumas, Theo's disdain adds emotional depth, forcing Abe to balance professional duties with paternal care. Scenes of Abe mediating, offering wisdom, and perhaps facing a moral dilemma could highlight themes of family bonds and societal pressures. Finally, we can't overlook the heartbreaking trajectory of young Rachel Black. Rachel, the precocious daughter of Brady and Kristen, reacts explosively to Brady's punishment for her role in provoking Thomas into attempting to harm Kat. Rachel's mischief, rooted in her turbulent upbringing shuttled between parents with villainous tendencies, escalates into a full-blown crisis. She's on the verge of a breakdown, her emotions spiraling out of control in a way that's both tragic and relatable for viewers who followed her story. The punishment, likely grounded in Brady's attempt to instill discipline, backfires spectacularly. Rachel's defiance can manifest in tantrums, runaway attempts, or even self-destructive behavior, leading her straight to Bayview Sanitarium, a place that's housed many a troubled Salemite. From Marlena during her possession to Abby in her darkest hours. Imagine the gut-wrenching scenes, Brady, torn between tough love and guilt, watching his daughter unravel, Kristen, perhaps scheming from the sidelines to exploit the situation, and the family rallying or fracturing in response. This storyline delves into mental health, parenting pitfalls, and the cycle of dysfunction in the Black Demera clan, promising tears, therapy sessions, and potential redemptions. Ryu, what a lineup! These are the electrifying stories set to captivate us next week on Days of Our Lives, each one packed with the drama, romance, and suspense that make this show an enduring favorite. From Dr. Rolf's chilling experiments and Sami's shocking engagement to the romantic entanglements and family breakdowns, Salem is a powder keg waiting to explode. We've expanded on these teasers with all the dramatic flair they deserve, speculating on the what-ifs and diving into the rich backstories that make these characters so compelling. At TV Days Drama Digest, we're obsessed with bringing you these insights, because we know how much these tales mean together are not just plots, they're emotional journeys that mirror life's complexities. But wait, there's more to ponder. Let's expand on the broader implications of these storylines. Take Dr. Rolf's return. In the grand tradition of Days, scientific meddling often leads to identity crises. Remember when Stefano implanted chips in people's brains, or when Rolf brought back Princess Gina? This new lab could introduce clones, mind swaps, or even age regressions, altering alliances forever. Each's involvement ties back to his quest for power, but what if it backfires, exposing vulnerabilities we've never seen? His shock over Sami's engagement might humanize him, showing cracks in his armored facade. Sami's arc is pure gold. Her engagements have historically been to Sister Shank, Lucas, Rafe, and of course EJ. This new one could involve a character from her past, like a reformed villain, or someone entirely new, bringing fresh blood to Salem. The impact on Johnny and Channel's family life adds layers. Parenthood has softened Johnny, but EJ's meddling could force him to confront his Demera heritage. Baby Trey becomes a symbol of hope, yet also a pawn in potential custody dramas. Philip and Gabby's romance screams short-lived passion. Gabby's secrets often involve revenge. Perhaps she's plotting against EJ or hiding a business betrayal. Their date at the pub, a neutral ground, might include eavesdroppers like Roman or Kate, adding comedic or tense interruptions. Similarly, Steve and Kayla's night reflects mature love, but Stephanie and Jeremy's returns evoke past horrors. Jeremy's criminal history could endanger the Johnsons anew. Xander's interruption is a powder keg of jealousy, his temper fueled by abandonment issues from his Kyriakis roots, contrasts with Brady's grief-driven stability. Sarah's choice affects Victoria's future, highlighting themes of toxic masculinity and healing. Kat and EJ's sparks? If Wuthering Heights is literal, perhaps it's a book club ruse for deeper plotting. If metaphorical, it foreshadows stormy passion. Abe's work with Liam might involve corruption scandals, while Theo's hatred could stem from sensory overload or unresolved grief over Lexi. Rachel's breakdown is poignant. Child actors on Days often deliver powerhouse performances here, and her time at Bayview could introduce therapy arcs, perhaps intersecting with other patients. We at TV Days Drama Digest want to thank you for joining us. These stories aren't just entertainment, they're a mirror to our own lives' twists. Follow our channel for more. And let's discuss in the comments, what's your prediction for EJ's reaction to Sami? Will Xander blow up? Share your thoughts, love hearing from you. Until next time, we hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.